Alright, legends, welcome back. You crushed the like goal again. So here we are with part 3 of our story. I'm thrilled you're all hooked, and believe me, the best is still ahead. If you're hungry for part 4 today, let's smash 2,000 likes on this one. You know the deal. Your support keeps this going. Now let's jump right back in. Don't owe anyone anything. Red Hair asks, then why were you summoned? Ingrid thinks to himself, Krang is gone. I don't think she's planning to kill me again. Reem shows up and says, you're really going, Commander? If you don't want to, just don't go. Ingrid responds firmly, I can't chop off my leader's head with a rookie like you. Reem scoffs, you think I asked the squad to do something like that? Ingrid answers seriously, this is bigger than that. And if you did try something, you got a record for that kind of thing, remember? Suddenly, Fabio appears and raises his hands to the sky, saying, Oh Lord, why are you testing your weak servant like this? Please, don't take my precious little commander away from me. Ragnar steps in and says, I could go instead of the commander, if you want. But Ingrid replies quickly, maybe someone else, but not you, Ragnar. Reem jokingly asks Jackson, was she one of your 100 dream girls? Jackson smiles and says, was your scouting ground just a field of tall grass? If you hear something strange among the rustling, stay alert. That's how you prepare for surprise attacks. Reem laughs and says, this sneaky little guy's trying to teach you another lesson? I told you not to mess up our squad leader. Ingrid thinks to himself, if I leave, there won't be anyone left to handle their messes. But I can't think of anyone more qualified than me to go. Even after I was drafted, they kept moving me around as a backup. The only place I've ever truly belonged is here. In a heated moment, Reem and Jackson clash, but Ingrid steps between them and says, my place is leading the squad no one else wants to lead. Then he turns to Reem and says firmly, calm down, Reem. Reem snaps back, Commander, are you brave or just stupid? Jackson adds, be grateful the commander's here. If he weren't, I'd have put a hole in your chest. Reem shoots back, and I'd have split your skull in two before you even tried, you wild goat. Ingrid thinks, even if they act wild, they've got real skill. I shouldn't write them off. Me, I'm way below their level. Still, I know what I'm good at. We then see them walking with the recon team. Ingrid thinks again, I just have to give it everything I've got. He adds, the recon unit works on the front lines, perfect for sharpening awareness and watching enemy movements. A soldier interrupts, hey, squad commander, you with us? Ingrid replies, I may be a squad leader, but right now, I'm leading this recon unit. The soldier says, that means you get to use your skills too, right? We find out his name is Andrew. He's the recon unit's leader. Andrew says, if the enemy hits hard, avoid getting hurt. A leader isn't just a title, it's real responsibility. He adds, a real soldier earns his place, not by relying on teammates. Listen up, if we face the enemy, we crush them. Ingrid replies sharply, shut up, you don't even know what recon means. Your commander acts like a kid. Is this how scouts operate? Suddenly, a soldier calls out, Captain, footprints over there. Andrew responds, looks like wild animal tracks. Let's follow him and prep a roast tonight. Ingrid thinks, wild beasts usually travel in packs of at least 20. Can we really take them down with the number we've got? What's this idiot even thinking? Another soldier chimes in. Those aren't wild beasts, they're deer tracks. A bowman steps forward, eyeing Ingrid, and says, so, looks like you get it. Andrew, your commander, he's the bossy type, huh? We learn this archer's name is Henry. And Ingrid thinks, Henry, a hunter from a mountain village, definitely not a fan of his current commander. He started talking to me, and we began to understand each other. Henry's natural hunting instincts were surprisingly helpful. Then he added, in grassy areas like this, animals follow separate trails. I'll tell you more tomorrow. Later that night, I realized something. The scouting group had completely wasted the day chasing after a wild animal that didn't even exist. We see Andrew say, apparently, those tracks were from wild animals. I feel like I need to do something, anything, to prove myself. Just some achievement, anything at all. And there I was, lying on the ground. The next day arrives. We hear Andrew say, we've arrived. This is the green pearl. It's a location scouts must investigate. And there, look at that tall grass over there. The grass really is tall, taller than a full-grown adult. Andrew says, we're heading into that grass to search for enemy scouts. We'll take a few of them as prisoners. Got it, guys? The other two respond, got it, Captain. Then Henry says, are you really going in with them, Onrid? Wasn't the original mission just to scout the area? I answer, I'm going in. It's a direct order from the captain. So I go in with them. Me and Andrew, heading straight into that thick grass. I think to myself, it's not easy to control this overwhelming sea of grass. Honestly, sooner or later, I'll probably give up. But no one's complaining. These guys are more serious than I expected. Then I hear Henry say, there's not a lot of animal droppings around. I ask, what's wrong with that, Henry? He replies, there are no animals at all in this grassy field. It's like a giant empty barn. Suddenly, we hear a loud thud on the ground. I'm startled. I feel something. I turn my head, and there it is, a tiger. It instantly launches arrows at the soldiers with Andrew. Two of them drop dead on the spot. But I manage to protect Andrew and another one just in time. Andrew shouts, the enemy's here. Run. Everyone, me, Andrew, and the group, tries to escape. But the enemy team starts picking us off one by one in the thick grass. They catch Andrew, knock him down, and kill him. Then they kill Henry. Now I'm the only one left, running through a huge group of enemies. We see Mac and the rest of Aspen's unit chasing after me. They're readying arrows. I think to myself, the listening skills I learned from Jackson are definitely coming in handy. But with this many enemies around, I can't avoid every path. I need to call for help. But before I can do anything, several arrows strike me from all sides. I think, if I already know there's an ambush, then it only makes sense to avoid it. We see Andrew yell, are you crazy? You want me to slice your neck open? What the hell do you mean by that? I think to myself, there's no way I can convince them with just words. Do I have to survive this alone? Then we see they got ambushed again. Our protagonist wakes up once more. I say, I tried to escape using a different route than last time, but the enemy blocked the path again. No big deal. I just have to find another way out. I can keep repeating this day until I get it right. They shoot arrows at me again. I'm hit and killed for the third time. I say, I was captured by 20 knights, and they had plenty of archers, too. I was stabbed to death. When I tried going north to avoid the crossbow unit, I ended up surrounded by spearmen. And that's how I died, a miserable death. Later that night, we see Onrid lying on the ground, his body pierced by arrows. He says, even if I manage to escape one way or another, the enemy never stops chasing me. They wear grass-colored clothing to blend in. They hide in the field. How the hell do they match the grass that perfectly? And when I get closer, I find myself face to face with the surprise of my life. They were killed instantly, and I shouted at those bastards, what were you hiding here, huh? Then we flash back to one of those unforgettable days for our hero. We see Andrew saying, if we move through this forest, we'll find the enemy's scout team. After that, we'll capture a few and hand them over to the army. That'll earn us a good amount of contribution points. Ingrid thinks to himself, you've already tried this dozens of times, and none of you have come back alive. These damn Aspen guys, they must be hiding something, and I need to find out exactly what. But if I leave these guys behind now, then I'm not dying again for nothing. We see our hero looking back at the path they came from. And Henry asks, Commander, is something wrong? Ingrid responds in his mind, I could just end this torment right now. But no, I can't just go around the wall. I need to break through it. Then Andrew yells from a distance, hey, what's taking you so long? Move it, Commander of Squad 444. Another soldier says, I know you're not happy about this, but please understand, our captain has his own plan. Ingrid replies, why should I be the one to go along with it? I'm tired of covering for that idiot. Aren't you sick of following his nonsense orders? Then the guy snaps, what did you just say? Ingrid responds, this is the end of me blindly obeying that mentally deranged man. Andrew jumps in, so you're going against orders, huh? Ingrid replies, I had to change the direction of the squad. This isn't rebellion. From here on out, I'm the one giving the orders. I'm not surviving alone. We're getting through this together. Andrew snaps. You little punk. Did you really just say that? Ingrid continues. Scout Commander Andrew Gardner, alongside Henry and that other soldier, is one of the most skilled in long-term survival. But specifically, this soldier is the top of the recon unit, even though he follows Andrew around like some kind of pet. Andrew smirks. Fine, I'll accept your challenge. If you think you're better than me, draw your sword. Ingrid observes. If he were just a regular soldier, he'd have no chance of gaining leadership. His stance is flawless, but he clearly lacks real combat experience. Maybe he's a noble kid from a privileged family. Or maybe a disgraced, noble chasing coin. No idea. Andrew taunts. With those trashy skills, how do you even hold that position? I bet someone just felt sorry for you. You're clinging to a rank you don't deserve and don't even train for it. Ingrid thinks. Either way, this isn't going to be easy. Andrew says, I'm not like you. I've got a mission to fulfill. Ingrid replies calmly. Enough talk. You run your mouth too much. Come at me barehanded. No weapons. Andrew charges at Ingrid. Ingrid thinks, this guy is underestimating me hard. But unlike him, I won't let my guard down. That would be pure stupidity. Andrew strikes, but Ingrid blocks it with his bare hand. He knocks Andrew's sword aside, then slams his elbow straight into his gut. Andrew drops to the ground instantly. Henry and the other soldier gasp. One hit. That's it. I was sure this guy was just a low-born grunt. Ingrid stands tall. From now on, I'm in charge of this recon unit. Any objections? Silence. Not even Andrew speaks. Ingrid thinks to himself. That was the first step. We see him walking ahead, leading the scouts. One of them asks, What are you even thinking about, man? Ingrid replies, Hey, Henry, what's your dream? Henry looks confused. Huh, why ask about that all of a sudden? He smiles. Well, I guess I'd like to open a flower shop with a kind widow someday. Ingrid says softly, Then first we gotta survive this, so we can earn enough to make it happen. And you over there, I said. The man replied, One of my lovers recently gave birth to my child. So I told him, Great. If you didn't want to leave that child fatherless, then you better stay alive too. Then I turned to the others. One said, I want to save money and open a shop for myself. Another added, I just want to go back to my hometown. I asked, And you, Andrew? He said, I want to fulfill my mother's last wish. That's my dream and my mission, to restore the Gardner family name. And the only way to do that is to return from this place alive. I smiled and said, Let's make it back alive, all right, guys? They were stunned by my words. But I thought to myself, from now on, every single member of this team must take initiative. Nothing drives people better than the will to live. Now that the enemy has appeared, we're going to break through them. I shouted, Henry, shoot an arrow over there, head height. Henry looked confused. But there's nothing there. I snapped. Just do it. I'm not repeating myself. Henry released the arrow, and it struck something. To everyone's surprise, it had hit an enemy right in the head. Even Henry was shocked. I turned to Andrew. Come with me. Now. Andrew grumbled, but ran with me anyway. I thought to myself, if we want to fight smarter, we need to strike first. No running. No hiding. We find them and finish them. I lunged at one of the enemies and stabbed him on the spot. Another turned around, startled. What's going on? Before he could finish his sentence, Andrew was already behind him, plunging his sword through his skull. Suddenly, another enemy charged at Andrew with a spear. I thought, we need to reduce their numbers quickly, take advantage of the confusion from the ambush. And if we pull Andrew in, his personal guard will follow. Just then, Andrew's guard arrived, slicing one man clean in half. Then he decapitated another. I smiled to myself. This boosts our chances of a successful ambush. I kept slashing down enemies. Their forces dropped from 12 to 8. Then we heard shouting from the remaining Aspen soldiers. Ambush! It's an ambush! They're coming from this path. Hurry, help us! I said firmly, They're coming. Get ready. My squad geared up, and I shouted, All of you, we finished them off. Right here, right now. We charged straight at Aspen's unit and tore through them with power and fury. Still, I knew the tall grass made it hard for them to locate us. But the only reason we were discovered last time was a single thing. That small beast. It jumped on Aspen's soldiers. One of them tried to stab it, but I arrived just in time and cut him down. It was the same beast we saw on the first loop of this cursed day. They must have found us by accident while chasing it. This time, they wouldn't notice the ambush, too distracted chasing the creature. Thanks to that, we had full control of the situation. And I swore, I won't let this thing die. Not this time. Henry called out, "We're done here, Captain." I shouted, "Move now." And I thought, we lost one of our own in that last fight. Only 6 of us are left. No matter how many times we reset this day, I can't save everyone. But this time, we had the highest number of survivors yet. Keep pushing forward. Then we saw one Aspen soldier guarding a post. I snuck up from behind and sliced his head off. Thanks to repeating the same day over and over, I'd learned where the enemy was, how many they were. If we kept going straight, we'd run into a unit of 30 men armed with crossbows. Instead, we'd take the alternate route. I called out to the men, "This way, we'll flank them from the side. We have to eliminate that spear unit that relentlessly chased us yesterday. To move smoothly, we'll strike fast and withdraw immediately, avoiding a tough battle while breaking through the enemy's trap." "Take your positions, my lord," Andrew said quietly. "Andrew, you're wearing yourself out," I warned him. "If this turns into night, we'll lose our escape route." "I'm on it," I replied. "We must know our path before sunset." "Move forward," I commanded. A soldier asked, "Sir, do you even know where that path leads?" "It leads deeper into danger," I said firmly. "But I know the direction. Just follow me. Don't question orders." Suddenly, Henry and Andrew spotted someone stepping in front of us. The stranger leveled his sword at my throat and said, "Spare me the lies, Captain. I don't intend to join a march to death. I would rather find another way out and—" "I get that," I responded. "But we're past the point of turning back, right? We've made noise in the grass. The path back is full of enemies now." He asked quietly, "Are you saying we're doomed if we follow you?" I answered, "Let me be clear. I want to live just like you." Andrew murmured, "I thought this miserable leader was incompetent, like my father, who squandered our family's wealth." He was nothing like him, though. We flashed back to Andrew's mother urging him, "Your family may be broken, but stand tall. You can show the way. Earn people's trust. Lead them back to where your family once stood." Andrew said, "That's the leadership I've always wanted." Back in the present, I rallied my squad. "Trust me, we'll turn this around and survive." Andrew spoke up. "That's real leader presence, Captain Ingrid." His guard added incredulously, "At that rate." Andrew replied confidently, "He means it. Captain Ingrid is in charge now. We follow orders, you understand." We moved forward again. I instructed, "From here on, stay low, stay silent, follow me exactly." They obeyed. I explained the escape plan. First, we ambush the enemy on this path, then withdraw before we get surrounded. Plan B has been mapped out. After dozens of loops during this endless day, we found the only safe passage. We noticed the Aspen unit had set traps all along the route. But now, and only here, we must slip by unseen. We walked directly behind enemy lines. They didn't even notice, quiet as ghosts. I whispered, "Everything's going according to plan. But our final move begins at sunset," I said. "Night is coming." The reason we failed to escape the grasslands before is now clear. Then we arrived. "Is that?" Henry asked. A soldier answered, "Yes, after all this, that's the enemy camp." I told my team, "Aspen must be hiding something here. They kill anything entering their grasslands to protect their secret." We quietly watched as soldiers advanced. Many fell, their helmets scattered across the field. I asked out loud, "What if something more urgent happens than capturing us?" Turning to the squad, I said, "Follow me. If we need to escape, this path is our only option. Trust that I'll lead us out." And that's the end of part 3. But trust me, this is just the calm before the storm. If you're ready for the next insane chapter, smash that like button, drop your wildest predictions in the comments, and stay locked in. Because part 4 is going to be next level. Stay legendary, and I'll see you there.